See, in the previous lecture, we discussed the concept of case statement. Okay. So, what is the syntax of a case statement? So we write case first, and then we define some variable. Then we write in, and we take different value of variables. Okay, that means there will be different cases, and according to different cases, we have different actions. Okay, so after case, we define some variable. Then in this case, that means what does it mean in the case of this variable? So what is a variable over here? So variable may be anything. Okay, so suppose we have first variable. Okay, and then we write condition, or it is better to say we write action. Okay, then in the next line we write semicolon twice. Then we write variable 2. If this variable 2, then this is the action. Then we write a semicolon, variable 3, third action, semicolon, and so on. So when these variables are not entered, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, then for any variable other than these 3 variables, we write star. And then we have default action. Okay, so this action is executed when variable is not 1, variable 2, variable 3. Okay, and then we write default action, whatever it is. Okay, and we close this syntax by using isAC. Okay, which is opposite of case. So this is our syntax. Now yesterday I have given one assignment to you. Have you did that, friends? What was the assignment? I told you define some variable for car. Okay, enter the name of the brands, different brands. Okay, and what is the action? Suppose we enter Santro. Santro will be variable. Then we want to display the cost of the Santro car. Okay, so this was the script. Okay, we want to write the name of the brand of the car, and result will be output will be the cost of the car. Okay, so I have written script for this. Move to the terminal first. Okay, See, we have this is the script which I have already written for you. Okay. See, at the top, as we know, any scripting file has to be started with this shebang hash and shebang symbol. Together it's called as shebang, followed by space, and then we have forward slash bin forward slash bash. Then in order to take data from user, we use read dash p, enter the brand of the car. Okay. And here we have car. So car is variable. Okay. So we have to define car. So when we assign read, when we use read, okay, that means we want to, whatever you have written after read, that is your variable. Okay. And this is taken from user. Okay. So that's why we use read command. Okay. Read is nothing but one kind of, you can say, variable, but this is entered by keyboard. Okay. After running the script, when we run the script, okay, you have to write the write this variable. So here we are saying enter the brand of the car, and car is variable. Then we write case. See, we know whenever we have variable, we write dollar symbol. Okay. So when dollar car in, that means in the case of this car, so car is variable. So here we assign centro. Okay, variable is centro. Then see what is the action, the price of the car. Okay, the price of the car is the price of the car. The price of the centro car is 3,75,000. Okay. Now next I have written wagon R. Now friends, please focus on this. I have written variable wagon followed by space, followed by minus sign, followed by space, again R. So when there is a variable separated by space, you have to write it in double quote. Okay. Otherwise, what script will try to do? Script searches for wagon only. Okay, or it will show error. Okay. So this is new thing for you. When variable is separated by space, you have to write variable in double quote. Okay. So here centro I have written, and after there is a space bracket. This space is not mandatory here. Okay. So echo the price of the WagonR car is 4 lakh. The next car variable I have taken, we assign Varna to car. Car is variable. So variable is here Varna. Then the price of the Varna car is 13,25,000. Okay. Then we have to go for next variable. For that we write 2 semicolon. Then next variable is Innova. The price of the Innova car is this much. Then next brand I have taken is Mercedes, and see what is the action taking place. The price of the, oh my God, friends, I have copied this and I have done mistake here writing the spelling THE. So that doesn't matter. Okay, let it be. The price of the Mercedes car is 43,75,000. Okay. So this is, we are selling only this 5 car. Okay. So after that we write asterisk symbol. Okay. And that means when your car is not entered Santro, WagonR, Verna, Innova, Mercedes, this action will takes place. Okay, and we conclude the case statement by using this ISAC. Okay, so all is over. Okay, so we save this. Okay, okay. So let us run this script. Okay, by using this command dot forward slash file1 dot sh. Okay, now see, enter the brand of the car, and suppose we write Santro first. Okay, see, the price of the Santro car is 3,75,000. Okay, then we again run the script and let us enter Mercedes. Okay, so the price of the Mercedes car is 43,75,000. Okay, again we run the script and let us write some other car which we have not defined. Okay, so let us say Zen. Okay, so here, see, what is action? We do not sell this car. Okay, actually Zen was this is actually it is old version, okay, of Maruti. Okay, so they have stopped manufacturing of this car. Okay, so in this way we run the script by using case statement. Do you have any doubt, friends? Okay, now we discuss one more question on this, one more script on the same. Okay, now suppose our script is like this. Suppose, see, suppose a script is for write a script, write a script to identify whether it is a digit, okay, or a character, or suppose spatial symbol, spatial you can say character. Done. So what we do, we have digit. Suppose it is one uh, digit like this. Suppose we enter a digit from 0 to 9, and we enter any character from A to 0, either in small case or in capital case. Okay, we may have character like this, Okay, we may have character like this, and we want to identify this. That means when you enter 5, what should be action? Action should be, it is digit. If you enter suppose P, what should be the action? It is a character. And when you enter anything other than this, then what should be action? It is a spatial. Okay. So this is a way of this is our question. Okay. So how to write this? Now yesterday we discussed one script where we enter a digit, and what was the action? The entered number is 0. Okay. Then for 1, the action was the number is 1. Okay. And this we have entered 9 times. Okay. Now there are 9 digits, 26 small characters, 26 large characters, and they have so many special characters. Okay, so it is very difficult. Now here in the last script, in this script, see, we are entering the digit, and action was to write a number in word. So 0, 1, 2. So obviously every digit has a different spelling. So you have to write 9 times. Okay. But here 0 to 9, for 0 to 9, see, if we enter 0, action is, it is a digit. If we enter 1, what is action? Same. For A to Z, what is action? It is a character. Okay, so in this way, so we have same action. Okay, so when for large number, whatever variables are there, for large variable, if only one action, they can you then we have one syntax for writing those variables. Okay, so let us first discuss under this note. Okay, so suppose we require some special uh, characters, not special character, that means suppose we require specific character. Okay, suppose we want to get ABC, we want to get ABC. Okay, so when we put ABC in a square bracket, whatever it takes, what does it mean? It means either A or B or C. Okay, so when we write cap and then we write ABC, what does it mean? So when we start with cap and after ABC, that means all letters except A, comma B, comma C. Okay. So when we write ABC, it means either A or B or C. When we write cap ABC, that means you have all letters except these letters, A or B or C. Anything, any letters other than ABC. Okay. Suppose we want to have letter from A to Z. Okay. All letters, all you can say small letters. Then capital A to Z, all capital letters. Uppercase one. Okay. If we write 0 to 9, you can say all digit. Okay. All digits, either 0 or all digits between 0 to 9, obviously, because we are giving a range 0 to 9 only. Okay, here all small letters, obviously between A to Z. Here capital A to capital Z and so on. Is it clear? So this is a notation, because every time we cannot write A, then action, B, then action. Okay. So that's why we use this. Okay. So if we require two or more conditions simultaneously, that means here what we are doing, friends, we are giving, we want to identify whether it is digit or character or special character. Okay. So instead of character, it is better to write alphabet. Okay. See, write a script to identify whether it is a digit or alphabet. Okay. Alphabet or special character. Okay. And obviously here we have to read single character. Okay. So it is better to write a script to identify single character. Okay. So I will make some correction here. Okay, so that question is clear. Write a script to identify whether a single character is a digit or a alphabet or a special character. Okay. So this is way of writing more letters, or you can say more variables. Okay. So when we write in square bracket ABC, we have either A or B or C. If we write cap and then ABC, that means all letters except ABC. A to Z, that means all letters, small letters, capital A to capital Z, all capital letters. 0 to 9, all digit between 0 to 9. Okay. Now, if we require 0 to 9 as well as a small letters as well as capital letters, then we write like this. There is no space, 0 to 9. Then we give range for small letter A to Z and then capital A to Z. Okay. So we have all digits and letters in uppercase and small case, both. All digits and letters. Okay. So I will write a script for this. So let us go to the script first. Okay. So we make changes in file1.sh itself. Okay. So here read dash p. So what we do here, we enter any character. Okay. So we write enter any character, enter any single character, we write to check. Okay, now we have to define variable, friends. So let us say for character we define variable ch. So in case of variable ch, so we write like this. Okay, what is the syntax of case statement? We write case, then we write variable, we write in. So that means we are saying check whether this is variable and then perform action. Okay, so when character is, see, we are placing character over here. Okay, so suppose character is like this. Okay, 0 to 9 suppose. Okay, so this is our variable. So when we define variable 0 to 9, that means we are saying that take any value between 0 to 9, 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or up to 9. Now we know 0 to 9, what should be the action? Action is the character is a digit. The character is a digit. Done, friends. Then next we write next variable is small a to z, no space, capital A to capital Z, no space. Okay, so this is our variable. Any value between A to Z, any value between capital A to capital Z. So here, what is output? The character is alphabet. Okay, now friends, see, if we have defined 0 to 9, so we have defined digit, then we have defined all variables. That means we have defined small letter as well as capital letter. Now need not to write special condition for a special character. Reason is very simple. Okay, so other than this, that means if your character doesn't lie between 0 to 9, if your character doesn't lie between small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, in that case, default action will be it is a special character. It is a special character. Okay. Any doubt? So here we can put colon 2 times or not. This is not mandatory at the end. Okay. But for variable, we should have semicolon like this. Okay. After star, after writing action, semicolons are not compulsory. Okay, I have run previous command without semicolon. Okay, so we will save this and try to run the script. Okay, enter any single character to check. Okay, suppose we take U. Now see the action. The character is an alphabet. Again run the script. Now we enter, suppose 8. See output, the character is digit. Again we run the script and we check for special character. Okay, suppose we write this character. Okay, hash, and see the output, it is a special character. Okay, so very easy by using case symbol. Done. Now next script is, we discuss one more problem on this. Okay, so suppose we write the script for, see, very interesting question. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, and friends, here after bracket there is a no space. Okay, now we are going to write a script that performs some operations, and that operations are based on provided option. Okay, so this is a question. Write a script that perform file operations based on provided option. Okay, now suppose we take option like this. We define option A, option B, option C, option D. We use option A to display the content. Okay, we use option A to display the content. Use option B to append the content. Use option C, overwrite the content. Option D, delete the content. Okay, so see, we want to write a script and we want to perform these file operations, and here I have written based on provided option. That means if you provide option A, then result action will be this, displays the content in the file. If we have B, then we want to append the content, so we enter some data that is going to add in the given file, then overwrite the content. So one file is given, by using C option we can overwrite the content, and D in order to delete the content. Okay, so for display the content, can you tell me which command is used to display the content in Linux, which command is used?
Cat.
We use cat command to display the content. Suppose we have one file. Okay. Suppose we have one file, say abc.txt. So when we write this, that means if you want to display the content, you have to give this command. Okay. Then in order to append the content, what we do? In order to append the content, what we do? So here we use this symbol. Okay, double redirection. Okay, and we write abc.txt. Okay, so in order to overwrite, we use single line. Okay, single redirection. abc.txt. Okay, and in order to delete the content, okay, so there is one file in our terminal, okay, which is in dev folder. Okay, and this, the name of file is null. Okay, so we give this path and we overwrite to abc.txt. Okay, so we use this. Okay, any queries? So here, this is null file. This is file having no data. So if we override by using redirection, see here also we use redirection. Okay, so by using redirection symbol, we overwrite the content. So this is null file, no data is there. So we overwrite. That means abc.txt is overwritten by null file, and as I told you, null file is, as name suggests, it is a null. Okay, there is no content inside this file. So no content inside the file get mapped, overwritten to abc.txt. Okay, so this data get removed completely. Whatever is the data, that is replaced by null file. Okay, so null file means there is no data. So indirectly you can say you have deleted the content. Okay, so this is a way. This is our you can say script. Okay, so one file is provided, abc.txt. We want to display the content, append the content. So these are variables. Okay, these are variables. Done. So we write a script first. Okay, what should be the script? Okay, by using case statement. So first we have to write every data. Okay, you have to write. We start by using this. Okay, see, we have bin bash. Okay, then we write echo. We have to display these options now. So for this we write echo a, then we write this display the content. Okay, then we write in the same way we write for b. Okay, we write for c, we write for d as well. Okay, so we write this display the content, append the content, c. Okay, now after writing this, what we do, we want to enter this value. See, file operations based on provided option, so we have to give option. Okay, so for that we define variable. For that we use read command. We write choose your options, choose your options. Okay, and we define variable option. Okay, see, when we write read hyphen p choose your options, and then option is considered as a variable. Okay, option is considered as variable. Okay, so what would be the next step? See, now we start our case statement. Then we write a variable. Here variable is option. So in the case of this variable, and in the case of this variable option, and what is option? Either A, either B, either C, or D. Okay, and then default action after asterisk. Okay, please take screenshot of this. Done. So in the next page, I will show you how to write option A, option B, option C, option D. So when we enter A, okay, see, when we write option A, we want to display the content. So what we do, we give one condition. Okay, so we say if, okay, see, already we are using case statement, and in case statement we are using again if and then. Okay, so if we have this file abc.txt, see, when we use if after square bracket, okay, and before the closing of square bracket we require space. Okay, so this is our condition. Okay, so if we have abc.txt and here we use hyphen s, okay, in order to take this file abc.txt, okay, we use hyphen s. Okay, then what is the action? So we know for A, we want to display the content. Okay, so for that we use cat command, cat abc.txt. That means if you have selected abc.txt, and for that we use, for selection we use hyphen s. If so, then cat, that means it will show whatever written in this text file. It will display, it will show the content of this file. Okay. So direct terminal show this. Now before this, we can enter one statement which is not compulsory. Okay. So here we write echo the content of the file is. The content of the file is. Okay. And suppose we do not want content immediately. So we give some lines like this. We provide dotted line. So what happen if you have this file, then content of the file, this will be displayed. Again, we show echo dash 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 dash. This result will be there. And after that, you have content in the given file. Okay. Now, if otherwise, okay, if this condition is not there, okay, we echo the file is empty. Okay. So if this condition is not there, then we show this. Okay. So this is for first variable. Okay. See, when we use case statement, we have taken option A, then we take option B, option C, option D. So for option, in order to display, you have to provide this much information. So which is combination of case statement and if else statement. Okay. Now, friends, we want to provide, say what was the option B? Option B, append the content. Okay. So for that, we use one more variable provide your data to overwrite. And students, you have so many files in your computer. Okay. So that's why we are saying one file, say suppose data. Okay. So we are providing data. Oh, this is for C option. For B option, we have to append the text. So we write append, provide your data to append. So we define data here. Then we write echo this data. Okay, what is benefit of defining variable here? You have so many files in your computer. You can take any file, okay, which you have to append in abc.txt. Okay, you have already one content in this file. Data may be any file in your PC. So $data, and then we, in order to append text, we use redirection twice, and then we write abc.txt. Okay. So what is benefit of this? See, in order to append, we write this. In order to show content, we write echo. Okay, and why we use this read and then why we use this define? Because any file which you want to overwritten, that can be considered. So that's why we write $data. Okay, we define variable data like this. Okay. So next is to overwrite the content. So again we use read, then we use dash p. Okay. and we write provide your data or file which has to overwritten data to overwrite. So again, we have same variable. Okay, and conditions are different. See, in case statement, that means when case is A, we have this, case is B, we have this, case is C, we have this. So B and C are independent. So that's why here I have a different data. Here also I have different data. That doesn't matter. Okay. So we have echo. Then we write the content which has to be overwritten. And this is the file where we want to overwrite. Or you can have any file. Okay. So accordingly, you can change your name. Okay. And the last one, last option is a D. So for D option, we want to delete the content. So for delete content, need not to enter file. Okay, because here see, in second and third option, we want to provide your data to append. So obviously, in order to append, you should have something. Okay, so that's why we use read. Here also we use read. But for D, you want to delete the data. So direct we use cat command. Okay, so we use cat dev null. This is null file, and we override. Okay, see for override we write this. So here instead of redirection, double redirection gives append. Okay, it will append the data. So here I have to provide only single redirection. Okay, so single redirection means it will overwrite, and double redirection means it will add the content. So here we write this. We want to overwrite content in null file. Okay, so abc dot txt finish. Okay, or you can have one more echo. This is not again compulsory. Okay, the content is eliminated, content is deleted, like this. Okay, and after writing this, okay, after writing this, we have last case, and where action is, suppose you have not entered A, B, C, D, you have entered suppose E option is not there. So in that case, we say we echo enter option. Which option? Either A or B or C or D. Okay. So if you have not entered A, not entered B, not C, not D, then this action will take place, enter option either A or B or C or D. Okay. So this is way of writing script for this. So again, friends, I'm going to stop here. Take screenshot of this, write the script and try to run on your terminal. Okay. See, for scripting, practice is very important. Okay. So you have to write the script, you have to execute the script. Okay. So tomorrow I will make script for this question ready. Tomorrow we just run the script and then we are going to start our next conditional statement. Okay. So okay for today, enough for today, students.